Most people probably buy when it's expensive and sell when it drops. That's the majority. So, as a phenomenon, there is a professor in our department who doesn't invest in Bitcoin or crypto at all. He studies it out of interest as a phenomenon, but he says that investing isn't for him. When I first heard that, I wondered what he meant or if that even made sense. I've heard that, but the more I think about it, it is also a good attitude, because when it comes to Bitcoin and the fact that AI is an important phenomenon, there's no one who doesn't know that. AI is an important phenomenon, but it doesn't mean that I necessarily have to invest in AI-related stocks. You could teach AI or you could study AI, but if you end up doing AI, once you open your eyes, there are many investment opportunities, but you don't necessarily have to study for the sake of investing. So I think that approach is a good way to look at it. My perspective has been changing quite a bit. So if I had just simply said, since you're not going to make money anyway, just do it for the sake of learning, how would that have been? Because purely, it's not like we study geopolitics to make money. Just as you wouldn't study philosophy to make money. If I had just said, this is an important phenomenon, so let's study it, then the readers or audience might have only absorbed 1/10 of it, but they would have been less exhausted. My own life, especially, over the last dozen or so years, would probably have been less dramatic, and I would have felt much lighter. At least, that's what I think. As an intellectual pursuit, it's attractive. So, people who like those things are the only ones around me, I guess, and I think that's not a bad thing. Since this is related to money, if you have 10 people around you, there's always one person who is absolutely terrible. So out of 10 people, there are 1 or 2 good ones, and 1 or 2 who are exceptionally wonderful. But because it's money, 1 out of 10 is just absolutely awful.